Captain Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck of the UAS Prometheus, watching the binary stars of the Kepler system cast their dying light across the wreckage of what had once been the Galactic Council's most fortified stronghold. Debris from 1,000 alien vessels drifted past the viewport like metallic snow, each fragment telling the story of humanity's terrible victory. It had been 3 years since the Council's declaration reached Earth through their quantum relay networks. 3 years since Ambassador Vex Thule of the Centaurian hegemony had delivered the ultimatum with what humans could only interpret as smug satisfaction. The species known as humanity has been deemed incompatible with galactic civilization. By unanimous decree of the 7 races, you have 72 standard cycles to surrender your worlds and submit to genetic modification. Failure to comply will result in total extermination. The alien ambassador had expected fear, perhaps desperate bargaining. What he received instead was Admiral Marcus Webb's cold smile and a single word, no. Dr. Elena Vasquez approached Chen at the viewport, her research tablet clutched against her chest. The xenobiologist looked older than her 40 years, the weight of what they had unleashed etched in the lines around her eyes. The final reports are in, Captain. The Zephyrian homeworld. There are no life signs remaining. Chen nodded without turning from the view. They had known this moment would come. When humanity had refused the Council's ultimatum, they had expected to be destroyed within months. The combined fleets of 7 galactic civilizations should have reduced Earth and its colonies to cosmic dust. Instead, humanity had done something the Council never anticipated. They had learned. The first wave of alien attacks had nearly succeeded. Humanity's primitive fusion drives and kinetic weapons were laughably outmatched by antimatter cannons and gravity manipulators. Earth's orbital defense platforms had fallen in hours, and the evacuation fleets had barely escaped the solar system before the planet itself was scorched clean of life. But humans were nothing if not adaptable, and they were very, very angry. Commander Jake Morrison's voice crackled over the comm from the engine room. "Captain, the new drives are spinning up. We'll be ready for the jump to Arcturus Prime in 6 hours." His tone carried none of the jubilation one might expect from the architect of their greatest victories. The quantum tunneling drives they had reverse-engineered from captured Council ships had made them unstoppable. But victory had come at a price. None of them had been prepared to pay. The turning point had come 18 months after Earth's fall. Dr. Vasquez's team had finally cracked the biological foundations of Council technology. Every alien race in the galaxy shared a common evolutionary ancestor, their DNA structured around a unique quantum-entangled protein that enabled their advanced biotechnology. It was this discovery that had given humanity its terrible advantage. "We could have just targeted their technology," Vasquez said quietly, as if reading Chen's thoughts. "Disrupted their bioships, disabled their living computers. We didn't have to." "Yes, we did," Chen replied, her voice carrying the weight of command decisions that would haunt her forever. "You read the intercepted communications. They weren't planning to just destroy our military. They were going to hunt down every human colony, every refugee ship, every last survivor. They called us a viral species that needed to be completely eradicated. The quantum plague they had unleashed to target the specific protein structures that all Council species shared, it had spread through their bio-networks faster than any countermeasure could be developed. Ships died first, their living hulls dissolving into component atoms. Then the space stations, their organic components failing catastrophically. Finally, the plague had reached the homeworlds themselves. Lieutenant Torres appeared at Chen's shoulder, his young face pale with the weight of their intelligence reports. "Captain, long-range sensors are picking up the final transmissions from the hegemony worlds. The last of the Centaurian defense fleets. They're gone. All of them. 7 civilizations. Billions of souls. Entire species that had thrived for millennia, reduced to silence in the span of 18 months. The Zephyrians, with their crystal cities. The aquatic depths dwellers of Oceania Prime. The hive-minded collective that had spanned 3 star systems. The proud warrior clans of the Blade Worlds. Even the ancient Centaurians, who had first brought faster-than-light travel to the galaxy, were nothing but archaeological curiosities now. Chen turned away from the viewport, unable to bear the sight of the devastation any longer. Set course for the Outer Rim territories. If there are any survivor colonies out there, they need to know the war is over. And if they attack us? Torres asked. Some of the frontier worlds might not have gotten word about the plague. They might still think we're the enemy. Then we'll do what humans have always done, Chen replied, walking toward the bridge. We'll survive. And we'll make sure that what happened to Earth never happens again. As the Prometheus prepared for quantum jump, its sensors detected something unexpected in the wreckage around them. A single escape pod, its biosignatures weak but detectable. Inside, a young Zephyrian engineer named Kethmore lay in stasis, the last of his kind. Chen stared at the pod's readings for a long moment before giving the order to bring him aboard. Perhaps there could still be redemption in the ashes of their victory. Perhaps humanity could learn to be more than just the species that had burned the galaxy clean. But as she looked out at the empty space where thriving civilizations had once existed, Sarah Chen knew that they would carry this darkness with them to the stars. The galaxy belonged to humanity now. All of it. And that terrified her more than any alien invasion ever could.